Hey, I want to take a second and talk about something I heard about. I didn't hear about this till this morning. And this morning I heard a news item coming from Brampton yesterday about some young fella in his 20s going 146, I assume, miles an hour, and killing a 37-year-old woman and her 3 young daughters, aged 6, 4, and 1. Was driving with a suspended license, put illegal plates on his car, had multiple driving infractions, shouldn't have been on the road, was taken off the road by the Ontario court system. But yet he still chose to drive illegally. And apparently there's video of them waking him up someplace and him just taking off. And it was moments after that video that he killed this woman and her 3 young kids, whom I'm assuming at that time of the day were probably on their way home, getting ready for dad to come home from work, cook supper, have a nice evening. This hits home for me because those ages kind of mirror what my ex-wives and my children's were at that time. When she was 37, Maddie would have been 7, Amber would have been 5, and Adam would have been 2, which is pretty close to 6, 4, and 1. And what do you do with young pricks like this who just think they're entitled to it? You know what made me even more mad was when I saw this news item. I think it was on CTV News. And there was a person there speaking. He was a young man. And one of the first words out of his mouth were it was a tragic scene and everything. And he knows that the cops are supposed to call off pursuit when it gets too bad. So it's the cops' fault. It's the cops' fault. It's the cops' fault. It's the cops' fault that this little fucking piece of shit chose to drive illegally, even though he was taken off the roads by Ontario's court system. It's the cops' fault that he killed a woman and 3 children. It's the cops' fault that he was such a bad driver he was taken out of the courts in the first place. And all you people who believe it's the cops' fault, go tell the cop who tried to revive the 1-year-old. Tell him. I wonder what he'd say back to you. Because I guarantee you that poor son of a bitch is having nightmares every day. Blame the cops, blame the cops, blame the cops. What kind of a fucking world do we live in today anymore? I don't even know. And I'm angry because I'm a father and I love children. And this sickens me to my very soul that this piece of shit is still even living after what he's done. Oh yeah, he'll probably go to jail for hopefully the rest of his life because that's the only thing justifiable for this. He killed 4 people. Whether you do it with a knife or whether you do it with a gun or whether you do it with a steering wheel, he killed 4 people. If you disagree with this, you might as well just unfriend me. Because we don't talk if you disagree with this. Trust me, you don't want to challenge me on this one.